absence of dialogue, people resort to repeating talking points from media pundits with their own agendas. On January 20th, 2017, hundreds of thousands of Americans descended upon Washington, D.C.
The protesters? Stupid.
Not really.
You really wanted Hillary?
Yeah. You want Putin? You got him.
Oh my God! I'd rather have Putin than fucking Hillary.
Okay. Coming on.
Experiences. This has been an experience. So far, it's been interesting seeing the demographics. We came into D.C. off of the Virginia side, and we were definitely on the Trump train. It was very interesting, so it'll be interesting to see coming from the D.C. side to see who's actually in there. Yeah. See how this plays out.
Both sides were passionate.
There's nothing wrong with that. As long as they're doing our work, as long as they're doing the work of American people, we don't care. They don't care about the American work.
Protesters of Trump saw him as just another puppet, while his supporters saw him as the puppet master.
Do a tiny puppet dance for the news. And that's how you make America great again.
All these other people that's been running our lives, they've been trampling all over the Bill of Rights and the Constitution. They don't respect the Bill of Rights and Constitution. These same people that's out here protesting, they don't respect the Bill of Rights and the Constitution. They don't.
Never in my lifetime have I seen such a large outpouring of disdain for the status quo.
You were just chanting USA. Do you feel that the people that are protesting Trump are not as American or anti-USA?
I feel like they're some of them, not all of them, but some of them are anti-USA because they say not my president, and he won the election. And once you have an election, the way I was raised, you accept the outcome, fair and square. You accept the outcome, and whether you voted for him or not, he's still our president. So if you say not my president, yeah, I feel that's kind of anti-American.
We birthed this nation, and we can unbirth a nation if we choose.
What is it about this election that had the us versus them lines so sharply defined?
Goes down in history as the worst president in the history of America.
That's not going to happen.
Without a doubt.
The worst president in history just left the White House. He just left the White House.
Coming through, heads up.
What is it about this election that has people so wholeheartedly invested? There were no Bush scarves, no Obama fitteds.
We don't get it! Shut shit down! We don't get it! Shut shit down! Shut shit down!
Let me get Trump's gonna build a wall, that wall's gonna protect us all.
So just woke up. It's D-Day. Having breakfast in a little cafe. We've already seen some protesters walking by. So yeah, we'll see how this goes today. So what compelled you to come here?
I want to make a difference, and I feel like it's important to make a stand and make a difference and try to hopefully do something to overturn this Trump presidency, because it's really changing a lot of things that are going to be happening in our world, and it's just time to wake up and do something about it instead of just complaining about it.
is a very interesting and epic ride right now. We're on our way in LaFont Plaza. So you can see it's a lot of solidarity, a lot of people right here. Woo! Yes! Feeling the love right now. We got the military P right there. Hoping this will be very police friendly and very positive. We don't want any negativity. It's an amazing feeling being here right now, and yeah, I'm looking forward to what's to come. Tanks.
And I get up at 4 a.m. I work till 7 o'clock. So stuff up your ass.
We worked hard for it.
I'm Hey, get one. Deal with it.
Love Trump's hate. Love Trump's hate. Love Trump's hate. Love Trump's hate.
That looks lovely.
I like the great fucking time. Love Trump's hate. Love Trump's hate. Love Trump's hate. You're the hater. You're the hater. You're the hater. Love Trump's hate.
Then, in the middle of the protests, tens of Americans got together to do what we do best. Get down.
Mainstream media in general is fake news, and they're just taking anything, just, you know, like spewing things.
So do you agree with Trump? The other day, I think it was Saturday, he tweeted that the American media is the enemy, or the media is the enemy of the American people. Do you agree with that?
Yes, absolutely.
Why is that?
Because the media is feeding the American people garbage and nonsense, and unfortunately, a lot of Americans are buying it, as you can see here. I'm telling you, you gotta watch Fox News more.
I have to. I'm a member of the press corps, sir, and I don't watch it on purpose.
Okay.
I do it as an education.
To read the Jewish press, come to CPAC next week.
Watch how many publications are now going to sue this president because they are not, in fact, the enemy of the people. They are the only way to get us the truth.
When you get past the political affiliations and the merchandising and talk to human beings, overwhelmingly the people believe that our current public servants don't really serve the people and that the people just wanted to be heard.
Stand up, fight back! Stand up, fight back! Stand up, fight back!
And do you feel that it's like the president is bigger than the country itself, or do you feel like it's like, do you feel like the president is the country? Because some people are feeling that he doesn't represent them or doesn't represent the American values.
Well, I feel like our country's very divided right now.
Right.
We are extremely divided. That's the truth. And we got to find a way to come together. But if you look in this crowd right now, we have people, we have Latinos for Trump, we have African Americans here. It's a myth. There's a myth perpetrated by the media that it's all white people. You look at this crowd, we got guys from Ecuador, we got African Americans, and we need to find a way to come together. You know, I mean, we're very divided right now. I'll admit that. We're very divided.
What are your primary reasons for supporting Trump?
A lot of different reasons. One reason is, I think, terrorism. All right, radical Islamic terrorism is a real threat. Women are being raped and enslaved all over this world by radical Islamic terrorists. There have been. That's because they're 1%. Well, there's 1% Muslim, right? 1% Muslim in this country. So America's 1% Muslim. So he's saying there have been more attacks by Christians. Well, that's because we're only 1%. I was here on 9/11. I watched those buildings come down. It's very personal for me. I watched those buildings come down in front of my eyes. I was less than a mile away.
What if the people bypassed media and government and congregated as one to constructively exchange ideas?
Ronald Reagan, whether it's Obama, whether it's now Trump. I didn't say it was, but that's what I'm saying. It's still an ongoing thing. And every 4 or 8 years, we get a new president on both ends. That changes the solution. That's just like homelessness.
What are you saying? What is this?
Because it's an ongoing thing, and we don't need to spend another X amount of dollars on a wall, is what I'm saying.
What if we looked each other in the eyes on our different faces, Would we be more apt to understand one another and work against the systems that are designed to divide us?
When I try to talk to the protesters, I either hear the same thing I've heard every time I try to talk to them with no evidence, nothing to back up their claims, or they don't want to talk to me because I'm trying to have a discussion with them that makes them critically think about the claims and the protests they're making, and they can't handle it, so then they want to hide from the camera.
The problem isn't that Donald Trump is a narcissistic, lying, racist, misogynistic bully. The problem is that his voters don't care. Accurate.
I have the best solution that I got right now.
Build a wall?
Building a wall.
You want to know most Americans?
Somebody here, feel free to give me a better solution.
Let me say something.
I have a question.
You know what the problem is?
For what purpose?
Hold on. Let me say something. You know what the problem is?
To stand on and sing "Hey Diddle Diddle." What the hell?
You know what the problem is?
Take a look at the stats and see that there is actually negative immigration from Mexico and has been for about 5 or 6 years.
How about the fact that building a wall would actually keep more immigrants
There are fewer people coming in than there are leaving.
You watched the Facebook video. So why do we still have a problem with people coming in? Because they're not legally immigrating.
Don't. Go look at Pew. You've heard of Pew Research?
Oh my God, yes.
I
have done loads of research.
Pew Research says that we have negative immigration from Mexico.
Then why? So if the legal people are still coming back, then why are people still going over the wall?
That's exactly what Obama did. President Obama.
Not all of them.
President Obama was one of the biggest presidents to deport people, and he deported a lot of criminals, which means it's not solved, but it's ongoing, and that's the problem. Every time a new president comes in, you want to be like, well, I have all the solutions, and I'm sorry to say he doesn't. His solutions are ass backwards. His example of saying, hey man, you know what? Let's fix this is a child's mentality. I'm gonna put a wall here, then I'm gonna put a bigger wall. Come on, dude. He's a grown man who's a multi-billionaire. He should be smarter than that and surround himself around better people.
I hope through coming here to DC is like gaining a solidarity amongst each other is a very important step in the right direction. We haven't had solidarity as people of color, as LGBT community in a lot of ways. We haven't had that solidarity, and I think this has brought us together because a lot of people were not awake, and we just kind of like lived our lives and weren't actually doing anything about it because we were too comfortable. But now we're in a situation where we're going to have Trump president-elect today.
Of course, to the White House. And now the announcement that the President of the United States, is on his way, and the crowd's going along.
It's going to change a lot of things. They're already trying to change a lot of the Obamacare, Planned Parenthood. The people that he has in office are going to change a lot of things, their civil rights and LGBT community, and it's going to affect pretty much most people unless you're a white male. I think it's important to come together and have solidarity and try to make a change. And with solidarity becomes power, and we haven't had that in a long time, so that'll be helpful in pushing us in the right direction.
Whether or not this election was the catalyst needed to get all of us united to dismantle this current system of government that is destroying our country remains to be seen. But if there's one thing that's evident, we all have a passion and a stake in what happens to this experiment that we call America.
What do you think you can learn from this experience?
I don't know. I'm prepared to learn a lot of things, so we'll see, I guess. I don't know what I'm going to learn.
Cool. Thank you.
Hop in the limb, have a drag race. I let them boys take a bath. Raindrops, drop top, smoking on cooking the hot box, fucking on your bitch, yeah. Cooking the dope in the crock pot. We came from nothing to something, nigga. I don't trust nobody, go to trade nobody. Call up the gang and they coming to gang. Call me your brother, give you a tissue. Bad and bullshit, bad. Cooking up dope with a boozy.